So we're here at Bird Bao in Patchogue, one of the newest restaurants in town. If you've never had bao, you're in for a treat.
I have this really nice jerk chicken recipe. So we'll take the fried chicken, dunk it in a jerk sauce.
Chef Conor Swanson grew up in Kings Park, and once he decided to go into food, he studied at the French Culinary Institute.
When I first started out, I was very into what they call tweezer work, and I'm like, it looks beautiful, but is it the best thing I've ever tasted before?
After culinary school, he worked in a few well-known New York City restaurants, such as Narcissa and Ma Pêche, part of David Chang's Momofuku group. It was while living and working in New York City that he discovered his love of bao.
I was experimenting a lot in my Brooklyn apartment. My roommate was my tester at that time, so I would make stuff and give it to him.
Bao, which translates to bun in Chinese, are yeast-leavened steamed buns that are springy in texture and can be wrapped around any filling you can think of almost, though pork is a pretty common one.
It was pretty much a blank canvas for me.
At Bird Bao, Conor plays with the line between traditional fillings and his own whimsy.
We had the crunch bao, which is kind of a riff on the cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell.
It's said that challenge can equal opportunity, and it was a calamity of sorts that started the chain of events that led Conor to strike out on his own.
We had a little flood in my Brooklyn apartment, so at that point I kind of realized it was probably time for me to go back to Long Island.
After years of perfecting bao and trying all the bao he could find during trips to Flushing and other parts of the city, Conor decided to open his own restaurant on his native Long Island. He scoured the South Shore for a spot, and the creativity and energy of Patchogue resonated with him.
And I found this spot, and once I found it, it was kind of like I knew that this was going to be the spot.
As many restaurants were trying to figure out how the pandemic might impact their business, Conor's takeout trade stayed busy. But Conor still used downtime to experiment with new flavor combinations.
We didn't have anything on the menu that was hot, and it was let's do a hot chicken.
Out of that came the Nashville Hot Chicken Bao. Another pandemic-inspired bao was the s'mores bao.
We were gonna make our own marshmallows and stuff, but we thought why take away from the classic.
The R&D rarely stops in Bird Bao's kitchen. Recently, Conor's been rolling out bao burgers and donuts made from bao dough.
There was a fried bao, caramel glaze, a little bit of peanut.
While the pork-filled Patchogue bao will always be a staple, it's a given that there'll always be new things debuting at Bird Bao. It's a destination for food lovers who always like to try new things.